Yo, what is up guys? Ethan here back in another video, and today I'm going to be giving you my game preview and prediction on the Cotton Bowl. If you haven't already, hit that like and subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. Before I hop into this video, I want to send all my prayers up to Ty Jordan's family. Ty Jordan was the running back from Utah, the primary one this year. He won Freshman of the Year. He was tragically killed last night, so prayers up to his family, his friends, and all the members of the Utah Football Association or whatever. Prayers up to all of them for their loss. So we're going to hop into this Cotton Bowl preview, and this could arguably be better than Alabama Notre Dame. It probably is, but I'm not going to say that it is. And we have two phenomenal quarterbacks going back and forth with each other in Heisman finalist Kyle Trask and arguably the future college football next season and Spencer Rattler. Both are different style quarterbacks, but they have been on fire as of late. Now, Florida did lose back-to-back games versus Alabama and LSU, but in that Alabama game, they were very impressive versus the number one team in the country. And like I said, Kyle Trask is a Heisman finalist, as so far this year, he has well over 4,000 yards, 43 touchdowns, and only 5 interceptions, which is just a great ratio. The running game is not the biggest priority, but they can get the run game going if they decide to. The receiving game, they have tons of great receivers. But Kyle Pitts, the star tight end, the best tight end in college football, he has opted out of this game so he can prepare for the NFL draft. So, I'm actually a big fan of Kyle Pitts, but this is a huge loss for this Gators offense. But you still have Kadarius Toney, as he is nearing 1,000 yards on the season with 10 touchdowns. And then you have Trevon Grimes, as he has 9 touchdowns, and also Jacob Copeland, who's a really good receiver as well. And their offensive line is off and on, but that offensive line, I think, can get it done against this red-hot Oklahoma defense. And their defense, it's been very unpredictable in my opinion. Brenton Cox, in my opinion, is their best defender, as he has 4 sacks on the season. And then you also have Marco Wilson, which Florida fans hate right now. But that defense is either really good or one of the worst in the SEC. Not the worst in college football, but one of the worst in the SEC. Not the worst, but one of them. And I really want to see how well this Florida offense gets going. They looked really good versus that Alabama defense, which is arguably a top 10 defense in college football. And even though I think their defense is better than Oklahoma's defense has been looking better on the field. That defense has been red hot, and we saw it last week in the Big 12 championship game versus Iowa State. But going into this Oklahoma team, Spencer Rattler is the future quarterback of college football. He has a little over 2,500 yards, as he has 2,700 yards. 25 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. This running game is very versatile, and I brought that up in my Big 12 championship game preview. You can either have Stevenson or McGowan. TJ Pledger is deciding to transfer, so I'm almost positive he's not going to play. And also, not to mention, Spencer Rattler is a really good scrambling quarterback. He's not one of the fastest quarterbacks, but he kind of reminds me of what Deshaun Watson was. He can get outside the pocket with ease and also run for a few yards if needed, as he does have 5 touchdowns on the ground this season. And this receiving core, like I said, I'm very disappointed in how Charleston Rambo's played this year, but he can go off at any moment. True freshman Marvin Mims, he's been excellent this year on the offense and in the special teams game. As on the offense, he has 583 yards and 8 touchdowns so far this year. Also, you have Austin Stogner, who's actually a really good up-and-coming tight end, as he has a little over 400 yards this season. And he's definitely someone to look out for, as Oklahoma tends to have and produce good tight ends. And, of course, you got Theo Wease as well. this receiving core is very good. And it also helps that you have the best center in college football in Creed Humphrey. And then, like I said, with this defense has been red hot. And I'll be 100% honest with you. I really don't know this defense as well as others. But I do know they have two great secondary players. Trey Norwood, as he had an excellent game last week in the Big 12 Championship. As this season, he has 4 interceptions. And of course, Trey Brown, the senior, who also had a good game last week, as he has 3 interceptions this season. And they've been getting a lot of sacks. Nick Bonito and Thomas on the defensive line, they've been really good as well this year, as they are the 2 leaders in sacks on this defense. And I personally think, even though Oklahoma looked terrible in the first few weeks, I think this Oklahoma team is actually better than Florida without Kyle Pitts. Now, this may shock you, but I still have Florida winning this game 45-43. 2-point game. I think this is going to be the game Kyle Trask needs to show that he has his Heisman moment. This is around the time the bowl game or the playoff where we see the Heisman winner have that Heisman moment. We saw Joe Burrow have that Heisman moment in the SEC championship game, and of course in the Peach Bowl last year as he destroyed Oklahoma. And I think that Florida it's gonna be a very close game, but I think Kyle Trask is gonna come out clutch, proving that he should win the Heisman. By the way, I think Devontae Smith should win it. But I think Trask, he's going to prove to the world that he deserves the Heisman, and they're going to end up getting this win. But I only chose Florida for that reason. I really want to see how well Florida looks against a top defense without Kyle Pitts, and that's what I'm really curious on seeing. But besides that Heisman moment that I could be expecting, Oklahoma can blow this Florida team out. I'm just going to say it. But I do think Oklahoma's the better team like I did state earlier, but I'm still taking Florida in this victory. So that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Later this week, or tomorrow maybe, Clemson, Ohio State, and then Alabama, Notre Dame. Those are going to be the playoff predictions as that's coming right around the corner. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this preview. Like, share, subscribe, and like always, have a good day. Peace out.